In this tutorial, we are going to continue our lecture in management. In this lecture, we are going to see how managers think, how managers treat the problem they have at hand, how they go with making decisions. But first, let's return to our definition of management, or what are the bases of management. Management as a practice depends on three things. It's an art, because imagination and creative insight are extremely important. And some managers just they tell you that this is where we are going to build our new plant. They don't make enough analysis. They don't gather a lot of data. They just tell you this is the place where we are going to build our plant. This is creative insight, and they depend on their instinct, their feeling, or on their imagination. This is what we call creative insight. It can also depend on experience and practical learning, which we call craft. Because a manager is in somehow also a profession, because the manager has the necessary experience and knowledge in the context of managing organization. So with years of experience, he manages to gather enough experience to be able to have some repeatable pattern. So he can decide sometime depending on those patterns. Science also management is also dependent on science because it uses science, it uses data, it uses analysis, it uses math. So analysis, because we try to take decision depending on some systemic evidence. So management as a practice depends on three pillars: art, craft, and science. Let's now move to the nature of activity. According to Mr. Henry Mintzberg, activity, there's two notions related or closely correlated to an activity. It's coordination and division. And for coordination, for example, when we tell two operators, two workers to build a wall, you can divide this task for those two people, or you just tell them to set the target, and they can divide the work themselves, and can manage the way they will build the wall themselves. So this is called mutual adjustment. We can have also direct supervision. So you are going to tell them, please proceed with building this wall, and you will continuously supervise them. Or we can set the standard procedures to divide the task, and to give to every and each one of them how to proceed and what to do. This is called standardization of procedure or processes. We can also have standardization of result. For example, you'd say that the first worker will prepare the material for building. The other one will proceed with laying bricks and laying the material, sticking the bricks, the cement, for example, water and the sand. Standardization of qualification and know-how. It's simple. You will say that this worker won't lay bricks because he is not trained on laying bricks. He is only trained on preparing the material or the cement for gluing bricks to each other. So it's normal. He won't lay bricks. The other one will lay bricks because he is trained to do so. So in this situation, the coordination is just done by how what people know to by the know-how of the people. Okay, we can according to Mr. Henry Maisberg, there are 4 kinds of organization. The entrepreneurial organization is typically a small organization where the boss, where the owner is not doing everything, but he is supervising everything closely. We can also have professional enterprise or organization. In those organizations, competent employees with routines and procedures. Adhocracy is those are organizations where employees, highly qualified employees, are trained and very flexible. Bureaucracies